What up, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Friends or SoundCloud, SoundClick. My neighbors, those who like me and those who don't like me. Whatever. Yo, so I finally got my car on the road after thousands of dollars had to be spent. And I didn't even reach my goal, which was to see my family. I had to turn around on the highway, come back, and broke down twice. Cost me $650 to get my pump fixed, which is my fuel pump, which is the second fuel pump in this truck. This happened to me 2 years ago with this truck. And they changed my fuel filter. The fuel filter cost me $125 to fix, and the fuel pump cost $525 to fix. This is a 2001 Chevy Tahoe. Fuel pump should not cost that much to fix. I think they overpriced me, and I had to spend a couple nights in the hotel. I had to catch cabs. It cost me over a grand. Plus the gas to go here and there and whatever. So what's really something is Aamco. Aamco in Richman, Kentucky is where I went to get this fixed. What's something is, I had called them first and tried to get a price quote. They was like, yeah, it'll probably be $400 to get your fuel pump fixed. I get there, and the guy who quoted me the price isn't even there. I didn't even see him the whole time I was there. Another guy who's the owner of the place, he was like, "Yeah, he quoted you the wrong price. It's 525 plus if you fix your." And he said, if you don't get the fuel filter fixed, that'll void the warranty. So if anything goes wrong with the fuel pump, you know, it won't be on us to fix it. So you have to get them both fixed. Now the whole time, uh, I've never even heard of that. I've never heard of that. So now I've changed a fuel pump myself in a Chevy Tahoe. I know it doesn't take 4 hours. He was like, well, the price is, $200 for the fuel pump, which didn't cost $200, cost $149. I even saw the guy from Advanced Auto, and I was like, how much is a fuel pump? He was like, oh, it was $150. I looked at the receipt, and the owner going to tell me it's $200. I'm like, no, it wasn't. It was $150. So basically, it cost $400 is the part, and then another almost $300 to $400. That's what I paid in labor. He said it's $100 an hour in labor. Listen, man, if I would have known all that when I called those guys, I wouldn't have never went. So I got, and I'm in the middle of nowhere. I've never been in Richmond, Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a place where I'm unfamiliar. You know what I'm saying? I seen like 10 black people while I was there. I was like, oh, I'm hit. You know what I'm saying? I'm hit in the mouth. I'm far away from home, 4 hours from home. I was just hit in the mouth, and I was pissed because I had used up three of my AAA towings. I had paid them $100. It just was money, 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 and more money. And when he hit me with that price, I was like, "You gotta be $650? Like what?" It's like I told him. I said, "Man, you're price gouging." He's, "No, I'm not." I was like, "Yes, you are." So I already knew he was price gouging, but I was like, look, I'm going to pay and get out of here. But the whole time, even before that, I was like, listen, I just want to get my fuel filter fixed to see if that worked. The guy who was fixing my car, I mean, he's cool, but I could tell that he was in it with his boss. He didn't really, like, he was never, whenever I said that, he would text his boss. Like, he just wants to get it. Like, he kept coming at me with, get your fuel pump fixed, it's like they never wanted me to do the less expensive job. They wanted me to do the most expensive job just so they can add the other job on with it. That's a shisty business. And when you don't listen to the customer and you're like, we're just going to do this, that's shisty. That's shisty. I don't care. I don't care if I did need a fuel pump. They should have been like, okay, we'll go ahead and put a fuel filter on there and see what happens. That's how you do business. You don't be like, well, nah, we're just gonna, we're gonna do what we think. You don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You listen to the customer. I was like, these are some they shysted me for my money, and I know that they are. I'm not stupid. So I was like, that's okay, because I'm going to get on the internet and I'm going to make sure I write them, not them, but I'm an internet dude. I know the power of social media. I know the power of Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I know the power of the internet. I know that you don't always have to go to some. Listen, I used to work for the House of Representatives. I'm not just some okey doke dude out here. I know what price gouging is. You know what I'm saying? I know what the law is. You know what I'm saying? When you're in a situation where you're just like, not like, you don't have to fight right there and then. There's other ways to fight. There really is, and to get your money back. If you think, you know what I'm saying, there's civil court and there's all, kind of other ways to, get your money back. I'm not saying I'm gonna take these guys to court, but I am definitely gonna blog about it. I'm definitely going to go to bloggers with my story. I'm definitely putting this on YouTube because that's what I do. Dan knows that's what I do. I made a video with him right there and then. I was like, I'm a YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? Social media is power. You know what I'm saying? If anybody is in Richmond, Kentucky, do not go to Aamco because they're gonna quote you a price. Listen, quoted me a price, and then Rusty, the owner, came back and quoted me $125 added on to that one price. And I was like, something's not right. He's like, yeah, he was trying to quote you a price from his house, regardless of the fact if he was trying to quote from his house or not. It's a fuel pump. You know what I'm saying? It's a fuel pump job. Regardless. I mean, that dude works for you. He answered the phone for your company. You know what I'm saying? You don't say, oh, he's completely in the wrong. He was way off by $120, $150. No, that's not how you do business. Then you should have him never quote you a price. And that's just the facts. That dude should have never opened his mouth. He should have and I ain't mad at you, Con. I'm on your side. But Con or anybody else should have never. Nobody in your business should ever quote you a price, and then you come back and say that price is 25% more markup. That should never ever happen. If somebody's going to quote you a price and then the customer has their car towed to your spot, they towed my car there. I didn't pull in. I had my car towed there. I'm in a predicament if I have my car towed there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already know. So, y'all got me on that one. But like I said, I'm going to be talking about this for a while. And I'm going to go on social media. I'm going to go on social media in Richmond, Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? I might go, they got a nice little university down there. I'm going to go ahead and check out, the university. I'm going to, hit some people up at the university. And I'm going to just get the word out myself. Do not do business with these people because that's shiesty. Y'all were doing a couple things that weren't shiesty. Every time I mentioned I wanted to just do the fuel filter, Dan wouldn't say anything. He'd automatically go to his phone and start texting Russie. I'm like, why can't you make a decision for yourself? Like, you work here. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't mad at Dan, but you can just tell that Rusty told Dan, we're going to do both jobs and this is what it's going to cost him. Because Dan didn't want to take no, onus on anything. He was like, look, I'm only doing what I'm told. And I'm like, you are doing what you're told, but you're part of the problem if you're not standing up for what's right. What's right is if the customer does not know what's wrong and the customer saying, well, I think this is the problem, and you automatically gravitate towards a problem that you think is the most of the problem, even if it is, you should at least placate the customer because they're paying you and say, you know what, we will look at that too. We'll look at that first. That's how you do business. That's how you make people comfortable enough to come back to you. If they think this is what it is, you say, okay, then we'll check that out first. And if that's not the problem, then we'll look at this. You don't say, you know what, my boss said we're going to look at, what is the majority of problem, just so you can sucker them into both jobs. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that. That's just not how you do business. And I'm calling foul, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm calling foul all day. Because that's $650, and it just was unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Because I was looking at the highest, I was looking at paying 500 bucks, $525 for the job all day. For the fuel pump, getting the fuel pump in, and for the fuel filter, because I was quoted $125 for the fuel filter. That is with the part and the job, and I was quoted $400 for the fuel pump. So it would have been, $200 in labor, or $250, depending on the cost of the fuel pump. It'd have been $200 or $250 in labor, and 2 hours labor. I could see that because I put in a fuel pump myself, and it took us about 2 hours to do it. And we did it on the side of a road. We didn't have no electronic anything except an electronic thing to pull the bolts out. That's all we had, and we did it in 2 hours. You guys got a big old shop and the stand and all this other stuff. No, no, man. 4 hours to do, no, nope, ridiculous. I'm calling foul all day. So yeah, I'm gonna get the word out there. And what's really crazy is when I caught a cab, the cab driver, cool dude, man, cool dude, man. Cab driver was like, I was like, yeah, this is where my car is, man. And immediately, before I even complained, he was like, yeah, man, these guys, they he's like, I don't bring nothing here because we bring our stuff here. They fooled around and fixed a couple of our vans, did them the wrong, we took them out for a drive, whatever, had to bring them back, you know and had to bring them back more than once, and he kept talking about like how not to go there because they just got frustrated and took the van somewhere else. And I couldn't do that. Like, I couldn't call AAA and say, hey, could you tow this somewhere else? Because I was out of tows for that day. You know what I'm saying? I would have had to pay $50 for the tow and the part to get, and you know what I'm saying? It just would have racked up even more. It just got ridiculous. Like with the hotel fees and the cat, it just got ridiculous. So I was in a predicament where I was trying to save money, even though it was going to cost me more money. That's what I'm saying. But the dude was like, yeah, man, we don't even take our car here anymore. So I knew something was up. I knew something was up. But like I said, I was in a bad situation. So I just paid it, boom. But I'm telling you, anybody who's ever dealing with Aamco, man, like, don't even deal with Aamco if you have to. Don't deal with any of them. Look, I know they're all private, but they all have a way of doing things. Don't deal with those people. Don't deal with somebody who's going to quote you something on the phone. Then when you get in there, the price is $25, a 25% more markup. Don't even deal with them. If you can, get your car out of there. Tell your family not to go there. Don't even deal with Rusty. Dan is cool. Dan's car is cool. But Dan, you still a part of the problem if you know what's right and you don't do right. I mean, other than that, I don't really have no beef with you. I don't have no beef with Khan. But that's not how y'all do business. That's not how y'all conduct business. And when I get home, I'm going to look at legislation on pretty much what y'all have done, and I'm just going to talk about it more and always direct everything towards y'all because y'all not supposed to be doing that to people. It's your boy Tone 202. I'm out.